Hello everybody, this is Kevin and today is Gene Wilder's birthday, and last year he sadly passed away. So, since it's Gene Wilder's birthday, I thought I could review one of his movies. And the first movie I thought of, I haven't seen any of his movies except one, and that is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is, like the book, revolves around Charlie, Even though it's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, people think, like, hey, it's going to be about Willy Wonka. No, it's not. Well, I think that's a mistake that both movies have made, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'll get into that when I do I don't know, I might get into that in another future video. Now, in this movie, since it does revolve around Charlie, it shows how his life isn't like bad, but it's also not great because he lives with his family, and they are kind of poor because they can only afford like a few cents a day, and yeah, they're struggling to keep up with the family, and you could see that with that family, seeing how this father, like how their father has like passed away. I don't know when, they never got into that. But it did help show how hard times are. And Charlie is actually a great main character, and you kind of feel for him because you could feel for him when he's like sad or greedy or kind of a bit mad or happy, which the Tim Burton Charlie Chocolate Factory movie failed to do with Charlie. I mean, when he got the golden ticket, I was like, oh my god, he has the golden ticket. Like, every time when I watch this movie, I'm always like that. I mean, I was like, oh my god, he has a golden ticket. That's good. Even though I knew he was going to get the golden ticket, I always jumped out of my seat when he always got a golden ticket. And another thing great about this movie is, I liked it how they showed, there was this big craze around about the golden tickets. Like, everybody was freaking out, many of the scientists or something were starting to get greedy about it. Many countries were. I mean, even political leaders and other stuff. They showed its big craze and other stuff. I mean, that's one thing I like about this movie, because they show how it's made this massive storm and how people can't control it. I also liked Grandpa Joe because he was when Charlie was in need of support, he would be there for him, and he would be more stubborn, which makes him more supportive. Which, actually, yeah. But another thing that I like about this movie is the Slugworth setup thing. I'll tell you about this later in the video, but let's move on to the other stuff first. And if this review has been made in honor of Gene Wilder, then we should talk about Gene Wilder's character, Willy Wonka. He is interesting. I mean, we don't know a lot about him, except he's just like a chocolate maker who really has a big imagination to it. I mean, even his intro is awesome. It starts with him just walking like a crippled, like he's been through a lot in these lots of these years, and then they just trick us. Also, a few minutes ago, I told you that another good thing about Willy Wonka was how, like, he, in his factory, it looks different from the outside world. In the outside world, it looks normal, like a normal world, but inside, it doesn't feel like just a regular factory. It feels like a dream. It feels like someone's imagination. Like, there's even a song in there that talks about the imagination part. I mean, he has a mind of a crazy person, kind of. Not like a totally insane person. He seems like a disciplined, sane, with a crazy mind. I mean, seriously, he's like a mad genius without the mad part. I mean, that's Willy Wonka for you. But another thing I like about this movie is also, there's always like a theme to it. Like the I forgot what was it. Oh yeah, I liked it how it showed everybody was trying to like lose their composure or something, and they started getting a little crazy and a little, I'm not saying insane, but like kind of sane, but losing their minds. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah. Now time for the Slugworth part, because all right, so when the 5 golden winners are found, like each scene, they're always dedicated to the 5, like to Slugworth, because like when Augustus wins a ticket, they'll show a scene between him and Slugworth while being interviewed, or when they find the ticket, and or when Veruca finds it, or when Violet finds it, or when Mike TV finds it. And I get guessing that he's probably trying to seduce him into doing what he says. What he's planning to do is he wants an everlasting gobstopper from Willy Wonka, because it could ruin him if Willy Wonka makes this thing. So he wants it so he can help his business. And that puts Charlie and the others to the test. And whoever does the right thing will win the chocolate factory. That's the big plot point of the story. And when Willy Wonka yells at them for breaking one rule, which they broke, they drank something that they're not supposed to drink because he said not to. It was like a thing that make you float all the way to the sky, and they do that, and which means they broke the rules, and they lose while everybody else has already lost. They don't get the chocolate then. So Charlie, but besides, even though Charlie was yelled at, he did the right thing, which was he gave him the gobstopper back. So because of this, Charlie wins. And then he reveals Slugworth was actually a person that worked for him. And then he took Charlie to the skies and told him what the grand prize was. And then he told him about the boy or the man that got everything he wanted. Suddenly got everything he ever wanted. I'll show you a clip of this as well.
I can't go on forever, and I don't really want to try. So who can I trust to run the factory when I leave and take care of the Oompa Loompas for me? Not a grown-up. A grown-up would want to do everything his own way, not mine. That's why I decided a long time ago that I had to find a child. A very honest, loving child to whom I can tell all my most precious candy-making secrets.
And that's why you sent out the golden ticket.
That's right. So the factory's yours, Charlie. You can move in immediately. Absolutely.
What happens to the
The
rest?
whole family. I want you to bring them all. Charlie, don't forget what happened to the man who suddenly got everything he always wanted.
What happened?
He lived happily ever after.
So yeah, that was the movie review, and I'm gonna give it a plus. I couldn't find any flaws with it, but if you guys did find any flaws, let me know in the comments. So I hope you like this movie review. Rest in peace, Gene Wilder, and tell me what you want me to review next. I already know what next movies I'm gonna review. I'm gonna review Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one, I'm gonna review Man of Steel, and maybe if you guys suggest it, I could do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then maybe after that I could do Willy Wonka versus Charlie and the Chocolate Factory if you all want it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.